Chukudi, what exactly is your work? 2 years, you have sold phone, you have sold car, you have sold shoes, and now you are selling furniture. What exactly is your work? Now, are you like Chukudi, that you have been selling different kind of things? I understand. I'm sure it's because you are trying to make ends meet. Country hard. That is one of the reasons why in the next 100 days, I'm going to be showing you a better way of doing this thing. How you can find purpose, how you can stay and focus on a business and build it and become a huge name. I'm going to be teaching you how to build a successful business. And even if you decide that you want to go online and you want to diversify, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it. And also I'm going to be fixing that mindset of yours that has been taking you pure. Join me on this 100-day journey. It's absolutely free. Titled Mind and Money. I am going to be teaching you skills that will help you transform not just your mind but also your pocket. Click on the link below to get registered. See you there. You know say too much garri dey cause alcohol, and you know say this your garri wey you dey take na because of Satan. Now let me show you how you can increase your income. Let me show you ways that you stop drinking garri every single day. There are other types of food. There's rice, there's beans, there's chicken, there's so many other things. But you cannot afford those things if you rely on only one source of income, which is your salary. In the next 100 days, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can make money both from cryptocurrency, forex, and from owning a business. And that is not just all. I'll be adding a bonus on teaching you life skills, how to get out of depression, how to handle breakup, and how to live a best life. If you are interested in turning finance around, click on the link below and join me on this transformative journey. It is absolutely free. Stop drinking garri every time. Because I said it's free doesn't mean that the link is going to remain open forever. Get on board. I'll see you then.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 70. Woo! I mean, it's been awesome. It's been we have been here, right? And we are still going to be here for another 30 days. All right, so without wasting much of our time, we are going to be very brief for tonight, right? The question we are answering today is, why do I always feel empty? Why do I always feel empty? Right now, the topics we've selected for the course of the 100 days are topics that would better your mind and put you at a place where you can make better decisions, both as an individual and as a business person, right? Because these decisions will eventually affect your finance and your life, obviously. All right, so the question we are asking is, why do I always feel empty? Right now, the question somebody wants to ask is, what does it mean? Right? What does it mean to feel empty? Right? What does it mean to feel empty? You know, there's this feeling empty is the best way to put it is just that sense of void, right? You know that there's nothing going on inside of you. There's just space inside of you, numbness, lack of fulfillment. You understand? There's a disconnect between you and others and the world around you. Right? So there's several things, right? Feeling empty could mean a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things, but you understand the feeling, you know that what we are talking about is that void, right? That void. So, what does it mean to feel empty, right? First, feeling empty can be likened to, when there is a hollow within yourself, absence of emotions, absence of sensation, absence of thoughts, like you're just completely empty, right? Absence of thought, there's no emotion, nothing. there's a disconnect between you and yourself. Feeling empty could also mean lack of purpose. That feeling of lack of purpose, that feeling of lack of fulfillment could also be feeling empty. As in, you're just moving out, you're just moving around without experiencing any genuine satisfaction or joy from any activity that you are engaged in or any relationship. It's just that void, right? Another thing that could lead to feeling empty is when you cannot tell why you are here. When you don't understand the whole essence of life, it's like nothing is working around you. You cannot find, you're hopeless. You cannot tell why you are here. Like there's nothing connecting you with the world. All these things are going to affect your mind, and they will eventually affect your finance. Right? They will affect your mind and eventually affect your finance. Now, emptiness, like I said, is also from a sense of disconnection. When you don't have any emotional attachment to anything or anyone. Now, some of the things that causes this feeling of emptiness is exactly what we want to talk about and how you can solve it. Right? Because you may not know that you are suffering from this. But once there is a disconnect between you and the world, once there's a disconnect between you and your relationships, once you know that you are not connected, you would be present physically, but you are absent. Right? Like I would always say, that a transformer is that transformer is in your compound is no guarantee that there will be light in your house, except you are connected to that transformer. So this feeling of emptiness is like having a transformer in your compound, and yet you are not connected. Right? So what are some of the causes of this? When one of them is when you have emotional needs that have not been met. You understand? Emotional needs that have not been met. When you lack love, when you lack validation, when you lack support from people that you hold in high esteem. And most times these things come from your childhood experiences, because it's not really at your adulthood, yeah, but most times as you are growing, childhood, when you experience some form of neglect, trauma, abandonment, and the rest of them, it can lead to that constant feeling of emptiness as an adult, right? Second reason that can lead to this emptiness, feeling of emptiness, is loss. The loss of a loved one, the loss of a relationship, the loss of a job. It can lead to sadness, and this sadness can lead to emptiness, right? So it's always good that when you encounter any of this, that you take time to heal, right? And number 3 is identity crisis. We talked about that in one of our 100-day program, identity crisis. When you are struggling to know who you are, when you are struggling with your sense of identity, you understand, there's a high tendency that you're going to experience emptiness. So when there's a lack of clarity about what you believe in, a lack of clarity about your goals, a lack of clarity about your values, right, you're going to suffer that feeling of emptiness, right? Then, next, when you start setting unrealistic expectations. I've met people that after having a conversation with them, I just shake my head and I'm thinking, this guy is going to struggle for a long time, because I can tell that every of your expectation is unrealistic. Right? It's not as if you are putting some serious thought process to this thing that you're talking about. Right? So when you start setting extremely high standards for yourself, Yes, it's okay to set high standards, right? But once you start having unrealistic expectations about your life, about your success, about your relationships, and all of that, this sense of emptiness can come when you fail to meet all these ideals, right? Number 5, excuse me, when you are experiencing some form of loneliness, right? Loneliness. Loneliness is when you see isolation and loneliness is is a big deal, right? And this is not just that you're in the presence of people. You can still be in the presence of a whole lot of people and you are feeling alone. You are feeling disconnected, right? Because loneliness and social isolation is not just about being physically present. You have to be present mentally. You have to be present in your mind. All these things are what will help you, right? But one of the causes of emptiness is loneliness. Then another major cause of this is mental health, where you are suffering from depression, anxiety, and all of that. These could also lead to that feeling of emptiness, right? Okay, so without wasting much of time, now we've talked about what it feels like. We've looked at the possible causes. Now, what are the possible ways we could solve this? Right? Remember, the only way you can, make impact is if you are yourself. And remember that one of the causes of emptiness is that disconnect when you don't know why you are here. Now, if you cannot solve all these problems, trust me, you cannot provide any form of value to yourself and to the world. And if you cannot provide any value to yourself and to your world, it is certain that you are not going to be rich. I can tell you for free, right? So, what are the ways to solve all of this? Number 1, connect with people. Connect with people. You see, I see a lot of people, a lot of people do everything in their power, We are in a world where everybody is on phone, everybody is pressing phone and all of that. So we don't understand that you need to make conscious efforts. Make conscious effort to cultivate meaningful relationships, both with your friends, your family members, and the rest of them. Connect with people. Connect with people. Seek out people and activities that align with your interests, that align with your values. Forge authentic relationships. Very important. That's number 1. Number 2, engage in meaningful activities. Meaningful activities. Most times I ask people, what are your hobbies? And I ask somebody, especially sleep. Like, how can sleep be your hobby? You want to make it in this life. Like, how can sleep be your hobby? Right? Engage in meaningful activities. Activities that, that will boost your person. Activities that will bring you joy, that will bring you a sense of purpose, that will bring you a sense of fulfillment. Right? It could be volunteering, but engage in meaningful activities. Number 3, set realistic expectations. Realistic expectations. Don't focus on the destination. Focus on the journey. That's a mistake a lot of people make. You are so focused on the destination that you don't understand that the journey is making you better. That the journey is making you better. Focus on the destination. Right? The process of growth is very, very key. Enjoy the process. Right? Instead of having some end point that you want to use as a yardstick, to measure your progress, why not talk about measure your progress in terms of process, right? That's number 3. Number 4, practice mindful acceptance. Mindful acceptance. Now, what does this mean? It means consciously. Do you know what it means to meditate? Meditation simply means thinking. Thinking. Everybody meditates. When you think for long, everybody meditates. So now the question is, what are you meditating on? So meditate and be mindful of what you are meditating on. Be mindful of what thoughts come to your head. Be mindful of the emotions that come to your head. And when those thoughts come, don't judge yourself. Allow yourself. Always stay in the present. Stay in the present. When you are thinking, stay in the present. Stop thinking of all the things you have not achieved. Stay in the present. Consciously. Number 4 or number 5. Your physical health. See, trust me, your physical well-being is a major. Your physical well-being is a major. Engage in activities that will promote, a wellness of your health, that will relieve your stress, and all of that. Swim if you like, yoga, go for massage, just whatever you do, just make sure physically you are feeling good. It will help you a whole lot. It will help you a whole lot, right? Then, finally, engage in self-discovery. See, everybody was sent to this world with a solution. Everyone was sent to this world with a solution. Now, that solution is what makes you unique. Now, but that solution you are carrying, you need to find the problem that you are supposed to solve. Purpose is not created. Purpose is discovered. Before you came, there was a purpose for your coming. Take time and engage in discovery of purpose. Then and only then will you be able to find something worth living for. And lastly, as a bonus, take time to help people that cannot pay you. Take time to help people that cannot pay you. Philanthropy. Go out of your way to help someone this week. Go out of your way to help somebody. Go out of your way to help somebody that cannot pay you. It could be any form of help. It could be giving arms, it could be, support, whatever it is. But make sure you go out of your way to help somebody that cannot pay you. And trust me, you see that feeling of emptiness that you have. Gradually, you discover that void is getting filled and filled and filled. That's before you know what's happening. You are not that same person. All right, so this is where we are going to call it a day. I want to believe you gained some form of value. And if you did, by all means, please share the video, talk to someone about it, and all of that. Tomorrow, we continue on the growth secret, right? Thank you for being with us. Day 70, exactly 30 days to go. 1 month exactly to go. Right? Man, this is huge. This is huge. Everybody that has been connecting every single day, thank you very much. Those that have been watching the video live, Thank you very much. Those that have been watching afterwards, thank you so much. All right, so this is where we are going to call it a day. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.